Hey Lupus Warriors, and welcome to episode 3 of my podcast, Living with Lupus. Well, some of you saw the post that I put up. Today I'm going to do a little bit of a get ready with me while I film, because with my accident that I had this week has been kind of out of whack, and I've been a little out of it. So as you can see, I broke my arm. And I got this awesome purple cast, which is the highlight of it. So, sorry, I made you a little wobbly there. But I'm actually going to show you who is responsible for the broken arm. All right. Cody, come. Come here. Cody, you want this? Come here. Come. Come here. Come here. Come on. Up. Up. He's a little shy. Well, there's his face. Anyways, so let me give one to Bologna so she doesn't feel left out. These are treats I made for them, by the way. Here you go, Bologna. Cody and I were playing with his ball, and I kicked it with my right foot, and I was trying to trick him because he is really smart and he's really fast. And so when we kick the ball, or when we go to act like we're going to kick the ball, he gets in front of us. And the second the ball leaves our foot, he will catch it. And I was trying to trick him. So I kind of like did a circle around the ball. And then I went to kick it with my right foot. And he ended up being behind me when I did that. So when I kicked it with my right foot, he ran through my left foot and flipped me back onto my tailbone and my arm. And instantly I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to my husband, because I didn't want him to have to drive me to the hospital, but I was like 90% sure it was broken. Everyone always says you can hear the pop. I definitely did. But I have never had a broken bone before. So, I was like, it doesn't really hurt as much as I thought it would hurt, but, something's wrong. And it instantly started swelling up, like there was like a knot right on the corner here, right on the top really. And so whenever that started happening, I was like, maybe I just sprained it, maybe it's not a big deal. And so it hurt to have my arm like out straight, where it was like putting pressure for like the hand to be held up. But if I kept it close to me and used my other hand to hold it, it didn't hurt as bad. So the first thing I did, by the way, was clean my face with some Biore wipes, if you care. I don't know if you care, but I'm trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because sometimes when you have a chronic illness or when you have things come up in life, you have to prioritize, and you might have to combine some things. So I hope that you guys can appreciate that while I do a get ready with me and we talk about my broken arm and some other things. So anyway, we get to the hospital. Also, forgive me, I'm learning how to do everything with basically one hand now, because I can't get this dirty. I can't clean it. So this is the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. I am always like 100 degrees, so anything that's cooling, I'm about it. Anyways, so we get to the hospital, and let me put a mirror over here too. And, they're talking to me, and first of all, can I just tell you, the doctor that we had was so freaking cool. His name was Dr. Mitchell at HCA in Lakeland. So if anybody knows him, shout out to him. He was so awesome. And Sarah, she was our nurse. Yeah. Like the discharge nurse. She was really awesome too. So anyway, we, went in there, and, they were talking to me. They were like, so what's your pain level? And, if you have lupus, that we've been through some stuff. You know what I mean? We've been through it. And so I was like, it's like a 2, and not thinking like, they're probably just like, why are you wasting our time for a level 2 pain, right? But I'm just like, I don't really like to complain, you know what I mean? I'll complain, but I don't really want to, like, I didn't want to be there, and as long as I held my arm still, it didn't really hurt. So next I'm going in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, just because I have like in here I've got some pores and stuff that are kind of big, so I like to address that issue, and like fine lines around my eyes and my mouth. But anyways, so you know, I went and did the x-ray. The x-rays were uncomfortable, I will tell you that. I had to like turn my hand 3 different ways, and that was uncomfortable on a hard, you know, like plate or whatever they put you on for the x-rays. So, you know, I was just like, I don't know, I think it's broken. And we waited for a little while. I mean, we weren't there super long. And you know what? Sarah was the one that wrapped the splint. So Sarah came in and she was like, hey, did the doctor come in and talk to you yet? And I was like, no. And she was like, all right, well, she was like, you know, your arm is broken, so we're going to go ahead and splint it for you, and then we need you to go see an orthopedic as soon as possible. I'm like, okay. Because, you know, we were just at like a standalone, it's an emergency room, but it's a standalone emergency room, which that's a new concept to me. So anyway, but so basically, they did that. She did a really good job putting the splint on. She was really nice. The doctor came in, and him and my husband kind of, I did that right in the microphone. They kind of yucked it up a little bit, you know, with medical stuff, because my husband, if you don't know, is a first responder. So, you know, medical stuff is always a little, it's a different territory for us, because, you know, it's a big part of our lives. So this is just the Instant Age Rewind Eraser with sunscreen. It's foundation. And I use that to put it on, but I just use my fingers to rub pretty much everything in except for my powders. And so anyways, so that was actually a really great experience, all things considered. We came home. I had a hard time sleeping. Oh, the doctor and my husband both lectured me, because whenever I have pain, the only thing over the counter that really helps me is Advil. And with my lupus, I have stage 3 renal disease, and you're not supposed to take it. And so they both lectured me, and I was like, all right, I'll stop, you know, and like, but then there's like a gnat in here. We have a hurricane, by the way, if you don't know that. I'm in Florida, and we have a hurricane right now, but it's not that bad where we are. So, so I think it's a mosquito. But, so anyway, we came home, and I could not sleep. It was aching so much, and I was like, all right, I don't have anything. I had taken something that I do have, but it didn't touch it. It was like for muscle, and it didn't do anything. So I was like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take some Advil, but I'm going to drink this like 32 ounce of water. And I did. And the pain med prescription they gave us, I had to fill the next day, because the pharmacy was closed. Because of course I did this at like 8:30 at night. I'm trying to find my powder. All right, well, we're gonna roll with it. So anyway, so this is the e.l.f. Camouflage Hydrating Primer. I have really dry skin. I don't know if that's a lupus thing or if that's an age thing or both, but there you go. And so anyways, the next morning my son actually went and took my prescription and got it filled for me. My husband had to work. No, he didn't work, because he went to the doctor with me. Anyway, they got me in at like 9 something on Tuesday. Maybe he did go to work. I don't remember. I was out of it, y'all. So anyway, so my son got me the medicine. I took that. I kind of just took it easy all day Monday. And then I did wake up enough to make the appointment for the ortho, and they got me in super early, like I think it was 9:40, but I mean, we were out of there by 10 on Tuesday. So we went in there, and they were like, all right, so we need to, you know, take an x-ray, because it's like really hard to see. And I'm like, okay. And so they take the x-ray, and basically what it was is, and no one had told me like which bone I broke. In the ER thing, they just said it was a perfect straight line across, and that's the only reason why they could see it, because there wasn't supposed to be like a line there. And So we, at the orthopedic, they were like, yeah, we got to take some more x-rays. And so we took some more x-rays. And then when they came in, they were like, all right, so here's what we got. And they had a picture of it, but like, you couldn't see it. Like, it was so light on there, but she showed us where the line was. I mean, we couldn't see it, you know, like, we're not x-ray techs. And so she showed us where the line was, and the break is like a perfect straight line across. So, I mean, it's going to be fine, but it's just annoying, you know, to deal with all of this. And so, I'm going to do a little sugar scrub on my lips. This is Echo Lips. I think I got this in a box, but I don't remember which box I got it in. I think it might have been, I don't know. I'm not going to try to speculate. I don't know. Anyway, so basically they came in and told me, and like I said, I've never had a broken bone before. So I was like, all right, what happens next? And she's like, well, yeah, you know, you're going to get a cast. And I'm like, all right. Well, no one was like, what color do you want? And I was just like, that's the only cool thing I've ever seen about getting a cast, is like, you get to pick what color it is, and then people sign it and all that stuff, right? And so, I'm also going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand, the contour. It's similar to the Charlotte Tilbury, if you know that. So, and I've been learning that you should put it above your, like right on the bone, not in that, because it's already shadowed. You want to put it right above that and make it look like you're right. Okay, so anyway, use the mirror, not the camera. So anyway, so I told my husband, I was like, oh, am I going to get like a white one? Because I don't really want a white one if I have to wear it for 6 weeks. It's going to get so dirty and gross. And I don't know if the girl heard me or not, but she was basically like, hey, what color do you want? And she held up this hoop with all the colors. And I was like, purple. And I had no idea that she was actually going to do purple and black, which I think that's so cool. So anyway, so now I'm just gonna do some of this contour, and then I have the contour on my 5 head. I'm sure some of you can relate to that, but anyway, so yeah, so she wrapped it. She was super nice and gentle. She didn't hurt me. And I went to work after, and everyone at my job was so nice. They were just so sweet and like joking, and like, even we have like 2 guys in our office, and one of them was like, we're gonna have to give Melanie a nickname. Like, they're so nice. I really love my job. I honestly do. And so, you know, that just became kind of a thing. And then today, you know, we have the hurricane, and so we had a half day off anyway, just to make sure it was safe to like, oh, I don't think I want to use anything. That's no. Just to make sure it was safe to come in. And my direct supervisor messaged me, and I guess everyone was kind of checking in this morning, but because of my meds, like I was out of it. And so I didn't take my meds this morning because I wanted to be able to go in at noon when we were opening. And she was just like, hey, you know, if you're still like having a hard time, why don't you just stay home today? And I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, it's just a half day, it'll be fine, like if we need anything we can call you. And you know, she had me like check my voicemails and stuff, and so that was really nice. It's okay, it's nice to work somewhere that, you know, like they allow you to heal, you know. And I definitely try not to take advantage of that, because I know there are people who have who have illnesses that will take advantage because they have an excuse. I do not try to do that. I try to work really hard when I'm there. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, which is not necessarily a good thing. And I just try to do my best because, you know, especially for a job like this where, you know, I recognize that I could be a huge like issue for them because I have lupus. I want them to see how much of an asset I am, even though I have lupus, if that makes sense. And I know this looks really dark, but don't worry, we are gonna soften it up. It's really hard to find red brows. I do have So there's this company called How to Be a Redhead, and they do make this stuff called Finally Have Brows. I actually have the mascara right here, Finally Have Lashes. Although they did send me black, they have red mascara also. But anyways, so it's in the bathroom though, and it's really hard to go do things. So we're just going to use what I have right in front of me. But I'll show that to you guys sometimes if you like the get ready with me video. If you don't, that's fine. We'll just stick to the talking. So basically, what I wanted the majority of this to be about is the setting of priorities, because, you know, I'm sure you've all heard the spoon theory, which is the theory that you can use spoons, straws, whatever you want, but the spoon theory really hones in on it. And you get so many a day. And once you've used them, they're gone. And sometimes you borrow from the next day, but some days you've used so much on one day that you don't have enough to do what you need to the next day. So basically, let's do the contour of my 5 head. Basically what that means is that you need to prioritize the things that really matter, the things that are important. For me, that's family, that's my job. My dogs, I feed my dogs every day, even though someone else could do it. I want to make sure that I know that they're getting their vitamins that I give them, and that they're getting the food the way they like it. Like, I have my big dog, the one that tried to kill me. Let me make sure I'm getting that good. He likes his bowl, after the food's put in there, he likes it to be completely covered with water. I learned that that's really good for them for like hydration, and he'll eat it like that. My husband's dog will not. You can put a little bit in there, but that's it. My daughter's dog, on the other hand, if you put any liquid in her bowl, she won't eat it, and she'll just let it turn into like a cake and it gets all moldy and gross, and that's it. So all 3 of them are very different. I know that. I work with them on that. And I'm okay with that. Like, it doesn't drive me crazy. They're very different sizes. So like Cody, the big one, he gets a certain amount of vitamins, or if it's time for their like flea and heartworm meds, he gets, a certain amount of that. And then the other dogs get less because they're smaller. And just things like that. Like, it's important to me that I'm able to take care of my family, my dogs, and I'm able to go to work every day. It is hard for me to miss work, and I think that my supervisor knows that. That's why she's like, why don't you stay home today? Because she knew that even if I needed to, I wouldn't call out. So yeah, I think you should definitely, when you have priorities, things that you need to get done, you need to make a list. And if you can't do all of them, you need to pick the top ones that you can do. I make to-do lists. I put my lists in order, and when I put it in order, it's by order of importance, and I make sure I get it done. And for example, today I don't feel great, but this podcast has become a priority of mine that I want to post every Wednesday, no matter what. And if anybody is going to understand it, it's going to be my lupus community, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work my hardest to get that done. And I have like 3 minutes to finish my makeup. So let's see if we can do this. But yeah, I want you guys to know that this is important to me, and I'm going to make it work as best I can. And I hope that, that you guys will be here and let me know if there are things that you prefer not to watch, or things that you would love to hear about or see. And I will do my best to make this the podcast that you want it to be, while also letting it be the podcast that I want it to be. Because it means a lot to me, and this community means a lot to me. So I really hope that in that we can communicate and, work on this together. And yeah, the priorities are important, and we can do this. And if you need help with that, we can definitely do a podcast on, how to prioritize and decide what's the most important. And really, the main thing I would focus on is what's going to make the biggest impact on your day or your life or your family. Right now, a big thing for me is finances. I really need to focus on my finances because my husband works really hard and I spend really hard and I have to stop doing that. So yeah, I want to do better on that. So for me, that's a priority. Can't talk and do lipstick. All right. So that's as good as it gets today. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the podcast. Woo, my hair is crazy, y'all. It's all right. We'll work on that next time. All right, guys. Well, again, if you have any questions about how to prioritize your day, mine is obviously going to be my hair next. Hit me up. Let's chat. Let's talk. And let's figure out what we want from this journey together. All right, guys. I hope you have a great day. Bye. Did you think I forgot? I did not forget. Look at this. I got Tampa Heat again. And let me tell you something. The author just got a letter in the mail from a fan who said that him and his wife read these books together every night. And I just think that is so cool. I promise you are going to love these books. I'm not just telling you that because they're a sponsor. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. The author is my husband. So episode 3, I'm already telling you, the author is actually my husband. And it would mean a lot to me if you supported him. And he is extremely supportive of me. So if you don't mind giving his books a try, check him out on Amazon at Thad Diaz. And Tampa Heat, it's Cigar City. It's not Chronicles. I got that. Oh, Case Files. Cigar City Case Files. I got that wrong last time. Sorry, guys. Anyway, check him out. I love you guys. Bye.